Hello, welcome back, guys. So I asked you guys what you wanted to see from me for videos, and a couple of you had said that you want more sketchbook tours. And fortunately, I actually have some old sketchbooks that I haven't like properly shown yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go through this one, and then I have some of this one as well. I never finished this one, but it's the same kind of sketchbook, clearly. Let's dive on in, I guess. Okay, so I haven't gone through this one in like since I've done it, so this is going to be a journey for me as well. So I guess I started this one on October 3rd of 2020. So oh my gosh, 2 years ago. It's 2022, right? I feel like I have no sense of time anymore. I genuinely like to put some goals along the side. I don't always follow them or pay attention to them at all. I actually think that I did kind of satisfy a few of these, but I don't think I actually went back and evaluated, which I did with my previous sketchbook tour, which you can find on my YouTube. Maybe I'll even link it at the top over here somewhere if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, so actually, yeah, this sketchbook was kind of a significant turn for me because this was at the very beginning of the 365 challenge. So basically, it was my goal to paint slash draw something every single day for an entire year. And spoiler, I didn't do that. I made it to, I think, like 218 or something like that. So I actually made it quite a ways, so I was pretty impressed that I made it as far as I did, but I'm ready to move past that, I think, although I still absolutely love daily challenges and may or may not be considering doing Inktober. Anyway, so yeah, I started off with, I think this one was the very first painting, and I'll be like inserting close-up clips at some point. And I remember really liking how these two in particular came out because at this point I was really in a funk, and I remember thinking that I needed something to like, I don't know, like kind of get a handle on my style, figure out what I wanted to do a little bit, which is just obviously a reoccurring theme with me. But yeah, I really liked how these ones turned out, where I incorporated more of like an illustrative style. So, and this one's fine, I guess. Okay, yeah. So just kind of experimenting with ink. I think I was considering like trying to be more of an ink focused illustrator at that point, but every time that I try, it just doesn't work for me. This one I was trying to kind of work with the same illustrative style, but these were acrylic and this was gouache, and I remember thinking that like it, I don't know, gouache was a lot harder for me to work with for some reason. Like I have used gouache quite a bit for more like realistic things, but I struggled to use it without like a reference because I don't think I really had a reference for this one. Some drawings. This is a kingfisher, which looks pretty graphic and cool. I was definitely, yeah, I was trying to do more vegetables, more like illustrative type stuff, botanical work. Oh gosh. Okay. This is a sea slug or a nudibranch. I don't know how to say that, if that's right or not, but um, so oh my gosh, I really am cyclical. Um, I was considering doing like my own version of Inktober. I think this is old. I think I stuck this in like after the fact, but I wanted to do like weird creatures every single day for a month, and this was just one of them. I think I might actually have another one in here too, but and then trying to draw a fairy and like incorporate more people into my style. God, I was really lost at this point. Kingfisher, again with gouache and still trying to incorporate that more like a blocky, chunky illustrative style. I kind of like how it's rendered, but I don't necessarily like the drawing, so meh. Um, some mushrooms. Playing with some concepts here. So if I get quiet, I'm like trying to figure out what I did. I'm trying to remember as I'm showing you. Okay, these are some landscapes, which I actually do like. I think these turned out quite good actually, but I don't really do a lot of landscapes. for some reason. I don't know, I guess I struggle with like a focus point. Like I don't know, because there's no subject, I don't know what the goal is or like what the focus should be, so I just feels kind of aimless. But I absolutely love people who can do like really nice landscape paintings. I remember liking how this one turned out. These are all gouache. I actually think this is at the point where I got my my Himi gouache, like the jelly gouache that you've seen with people in like little pudding cups. So I was using that, I think, primarily. Yeah, I like these acorns. Those are cute. Little black and whites. Oh yeah, gosh. I had a diffuser, and I had this idea that I wanted to paint on the diffuser, so I covered it in gesso, but it, it looks awful, and it's so uneven, so I didn't even try to paint on it. Anyway, that was a failed idea. I was really in this experimental phase because I didn't know what I wanted at all. Like, I was so lost, so I was literally trying everything just to try and find something to latch onto. This snail I actually really like, and I made a sticker of that, which I don't think is in my shop anymore, but it was free with a few of your orders on my shop, which you can find at KaitlinHoyt.com. Boxes. I don't even like this drawing. Like, I don't know where I was at. And this pomegranate was really fun to paint. I really like how like juicy and vibrant the colors are. God, I miss using gouache. I should go back to gouache. But anyway, somebody said that it looked like teeth, and now it feels really kind of gross. So yeah. Playing with some still lives, which I don't do a whole lot of, but I actually did have a lot of fun with these. This is like a fall decoration. Some bottles with ink, and a still life with gouache. So yeah, like again, experimenting with all different kinds of mediums and subjects, like just playing around. I still like this one actually. These little figs are really cute. Some skulls. Deer drawing. I like this drawing. This one came out okay. I like how this mouse turned out too, actually. That was me trying to get better with ink. And one of the few times I think it actually turned out. A borzoi. I love borzoi dogs. I think they're so interesting. Like, their face shapes are really expressive and cool. So, yeah, I wanted to kind of capture their different angles with their huge nose. And I think I was, like, I was planning some new pieces on the side there. Trying ink again, not liking it. And then this is another one of those like weird animal drawings that I was trying to do, which I still really like the idea of it, but like I obviously wasn't executing it properly. Some raccoons. Yeah, so okay, I think I'm starting to come out of the block at this point, because I remember really liking how these drawings turned out. Like this one in particular I really like. Yeah, because I had done this one the day before, and then for the next day I was like, well, I liked where I was going with this one, but I think I could make it better, and then this one happened, so. Which is honestly one of the best things about those daily challenges, is that like, if you don't like how something turns out one day, you can literally repeat it the next day. Like, there's no rules. The only rule is that you need to continue to create, so there's way less pressure that way. Yeah, it's October, so of course I was painting some spooky frogs, or spooky toads, I suppose. So the thank you turned out pretty cute. I think that was watercolor, actually, which I keep trying to go back to watercolor, and like, it's just, I don't know that it's for me. I love the idea of it and how some people can execute it, but I just don't think that it is harmonious with my style. Cat drawing, turkey drawing. Yeah, actually, I'm liking these. I think these are all drawn in black colored pencil. Which I don't know if I mentioned, by the way, this is a Strathmore mixed media sketchbook. And I do really like the paper on this one. So that's why there's a lot of paintings. I don't, like in my more recent sketchbooks, I don't do a whole lot of paintings because the paper doesn't really allow for it, but it worked really well on this one. And even for drawing, like I remember it feeling really good. Another kingfisher. I really love those birds. They may be one of my favorites. Yeah, experimenting with some ballpoint pen here. I actually think I have the process of this one broken down in my highlights on my Instagram. Penguins. I can't remember what those are called. Tell me in the comments. I remember drawing this one while I was at a market and being very cold while I drew it. And I had a show at a gallery and I was trying to plan out the layout for different things. I don't know that it turned out like that at all, but it was fun to plan. More drawings. Artichoke. I like how this one turned out a lot. I think it turned out super cute. Playing with different colors, like incorporating random colors that don't necessarily belong, and just seeing if I can find a nice balance with that. And I really like these persimmons too, actually. Those turned out really cute. I should draw more vegetables. Playing with ballpoint pen, trying to learn how deer work, particularly their legs. Ungulate legs I find are not so much anymore, but at the time they were really, really challenging for me. Oh, I skipped. Oh yes, foxes. All drawn in colored pencil. And yeah, I remember this one. You guys really like this one on Instagram. Everybody likes foxes. I mean, I can't argue with that. I like this pair. Actually, yeah, this pair was... I remember doing this and feeling like, oh yeah, I'm onto something. Like, this is great. And then I was never really able to recapture that, unfortunately. But yeah, this is still the Himi gouache. More colored pencil. And these, I think, are all sketches planning for my show that was happening around that same time. Some angry wolf boys. I did actually finish this big painting. It's beside me, but it wouldn't fit in the frame, but it's finished. Little nuthatch. Another kingfisher. I didn't realize that I had drawn so many kingfishers in this book. Horse chestnut, I believe. More raccoons. I really stuck to a few different things, eh? Fennec foxes are so cute. Like, they have to be one of the cutest animals. So I think this one was also drawn in colored pencil, but with like a brown, maybe like a burnt umber or something. Oh yeah, at this point, I think I was starting to struggle again. So I was like looking at a lot of tattoo artists, and I really love how graphic and like design heavy that they are. So I was trying to like do that with my own kind of style. And yeah, I don't think that's for me either. I'm not really like a line art person despite working in digital primarily. I like how this drawing turned out a lot. We'll hear this cat. I think it feels really dimensional still. And again, that's colored pencil. I think I'm trying to figure out why I feel like I did this on my birthday, but I don't think we've gone that far. I don't know what date this is, but it might have been on my birthday, which is December 30th, because I remember painting like a little dessert around that time. And I did a lot of started to get into more botanical drawings, which were really, really fun. I did kind of get a handle of botanical art in the sketchbook, I think. Yeah, this is a study of feral cat box. I think her name is Stephanie Brown. Just incredible illustrator and tattoo artist. Some peppers. I do like those. I think the value turned out quite well on them. And the bounce light looks pretty nice. And I like this drawing of a ram. More realistic, I think, than what I would want to do now, but I like the shading and all the details. I think those turned out pretty nice. I was playing with combining different colors, and I don't necessarily like how it turned out, but it was a fun experiment, I remember. A little billy goat. More botanical drawings. Don't really like this one as much, but this one was a study. Oh shoot, it was a draw this in your style from somebody. I can't remember their name. I'm sorry. If I find it, I'll insert it somewhere. But yeah, I remember being in a funk yet again, trying to figure out what I wanted. So like, drawing other people's work, or like even copying your own work, is really really helpful. I find when I'm in kind of a creative block. And then, yeah, I think this was like New Year's Eve or something, because this is, yeah, I think that's what it was, because I was running around obviously because it was New Year's Eve, so I just wanted to do something kind of simple, a little fox and a scarf, which I actually still think is quite cute. Okay, so that's that sketchbook. I have this other one here, which I don't know if I carried on with the 365 in this one or where I did the rest of them. But we're gonna open it and see. I don't even know what's in here. This sticker is from Laura Forrester too, before I forget. And yeah, I like these sketchbooks, but you can see that the cover can like easily get damaged, because it's like almost like a faux leather. I don't even know how to describe it. I was definitely just trying to figure my stuff out yet again. I do like this bat though. I think they turned out quite cute. I think that's still the Himi gouache. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I experimented with more ink and watercolor, which I like how these two came out, but yeah, I remember really enjoying these, actually. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think this was still my 365 challenge. Oh yes, my snail pug. I love him still. He's still like one of my favorite things, and yeah, that really reminds me that I want to try gouache more. Little otter, and another little, I don't know if it'll focus, but yeah, ink and watercolor experiment. I wasn't quite as happy with that one, but still fun. These are some life drawings. I went to the woods with one of my friends and just kind of found random settings and sketched them out. Bleeding heart. I actually do like this one. I really do like the vibrancy and like the flat, opaque colors you can get with gouache. This little unicorn. I like how that turned out. And this one, I remember I hadn't painted in a little while, and I just kind of wanted to do like a little thing from reference, because I find sometimes I'll get a little bit overwhelmed when I was trying to work from my imagination exclusively, so I just kind of have to remind myself that, hey, I can just look at a reference and paint it, and I don't have to overcomplicate it like I tend to. Another cute little frog in gouache. This one I tried with more like a heavier liner along the edges, and I actually do like that. It looks really graphic. And this is the Chihuahua dragon. And actually these two are in a postcard pack that you can find in my shop. They're all 5x7s. It's this one, the snail pug, and a gecko bat, which I don't think is in the sketchbook, but drawing a tree from life. And this was actually when I was away at a residency last summer/spring. And I remember experimenting with more like conceptual work, and the painting didn't quite turn out this way, but I still like that kind of conceptual piece. I was trying to paint for my, oh, there's a hare. Like create a random creature from my imagination and paint it. I think that might be the last one in this. Oh no, it's not, I'm lying. Yeah, overthinking, like literally all the time. This one I really enjoyed, had a lot of fun with this one. Little chipmunk eating a grape. I had a lot of fun. I think I used like a pink underpainting for this one, and usually I use like a warmer, like yellow ochre kind of color, or like a sienna or something like that. But yeah, it was fun to use the pink actually, and then the blue. And then this guy, oh yeah, I forgot he was in here. This guy is a sticker in my shop too, actually. I had a lot of fun with this one. I remember thinking like, yeah, this is the direction I want to go in. I like to, yeah, go through these cycles, but I actually think this is one of the, maybe one of the first pieces where I incorporated acrylic with colored pencil too. And I wasn't using the Prismacolors at the time, so it wasn't layering the way that I would want it to, or the way that it layers now, but... And, oh, I have a mug from Smiley Seahorse Ceramics. I'll include her name somewhere. And it has just like a really cool octopus on it. And I wanted to kind of turn that into a little creature, so yeah. I think it turned out pretty cute. Oh, my budgie! Okay, so yeah, I was doing a lot of imaginative work and, you know, overcomplicating it as I do. And I just remembered that I hadn't really painted a bird in a while, and birds are kind of like my safe space. So every time I can just kind of tune out and throw up a picture of a bird on screen and then just kind of tune out and paint it, and I usually have a really good time. So this is a sweet little budgie. Okay, I think that's it for this one. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, here they are, my 2 sketchbooks. I usually would finish something like this in about 3 months. I think those were, like, that was generally my goal for the size. I don't know if I'll, like, finish this one or not. Probably not, to be honest. I kind of have gravitated towards, like, a bigger sketchbook now, and I do less painting in it. I kind of reserve sketchbooks more for sketching now, so... yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, tune in next week. I'll have another video. And like and subscribe to see that. Okay, bye.